I-situation esinayo e-fidelity, high level of unemployment, high level of unemployment,
Unfortunately, that's the situation
as you
right
can
now.
see,
January,
abantu ba-jobless
people are looking
guys.
for jobs. People are looking for employment. As you had my beautiful sister here, making sure that she is pressing record, documenting that moment, because others need to see these things. That is tough. We are no longer in that mood of December now, saying Birimarum, parting. Reality kicks in. Others just, decided to drop out of their schools to look for jobs. Others were hoping that matric results will go their way, but didn't. Others passed matric and they were just told that, there is no money so that they can further their studies. Others lost, the breadwinners in their families, and now they are forced to step up now and go and look for employment so that they can bring something at home. And others, are parents, are newly parents. The child is hungry. You have to go out there as a father to go and, make sure that you will get money so that you can provide. Others are new, mothers. They're struggling a lot and they are frustrated because things are expensive, man, and you still have to take care of your child. It is tough. It is tough. I pray with all those who are looking for employment. I remember when I was just stranded, man, looking for anything, looking for a job. Security job wasn't something which was in my mind, simply because of I was just planning, man, to do films. I was just planning, man, to connect with a lot of people and tell stories. But unfortunately, God has his way of doing things. And I spent a lot of time while I was still in Tembisa, with guys who were working for security companies. I remember, there was this other famous company called 2RAM. It was one of those big companies which was working at Motovia. They were looking after those vehicles. And one thing that made me feel like I cannot tap into the security industry is, the pictures that we saw when thieves came in and, caught these guys off guard, man. And they put hands on them, and they made sure that the panel beat them in a way that they will give them information. Because those thieves, they wanted keys so that they can drive out with those i-vehicles and other vehicles. Because I remember they came there, they stole tires, a lot of tires there. And those security officers didn't have keys, simply because of the supervisor was locking the gate and leaving with the key. So these guys have to do the patrols. I remember they were having clocking points. I think those guys arrived and waited for them, understood their routine at night. And they caught one of the guy who was patrolling. And when they came back to the guard room, they came back with, that security officer. And it became horrible because those guys wore their uniform, wore the security officer's uniform so that they can pretend to become security officers doing the patrols. And while others are busy, removing the spare tires. And, the guys were reporting to the control room that all in order. There is no problem. They're clocking exactly the way they have to operate their clocking points. Those guys had to give them information like it's just a normal day. It was bad. It was extremely bad. By the time they leave them early in the morning, man, those guys that were stolen, it was just bad. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot tap into the security industry because you are locked here, and these guys, when they arrive, they got guns and you have nothing. And once they catch you here, there is nowhere to run. You are going to give these guys all the information that they need. And they even started putting them to labor, whereby they have to start lifting tires and doing this and doing that. They were extremely tired after, they were beaten. It was just one of those horrible stuff. And I was like, nah, I don't want to tap into a security industry. And also the time that those guys were waking up early in the morning, man, because I was doing mothballing. I will arrive there and start working by 8 o'clock. These guys has to be at work at, I think, 5:30. And sometimes they have to arrive 5:30 in the evening so that they can do parade. I'm looking at these guys now doing parade. Can never be me, you know. But life is something else, man. I suffered, man. And I suffered until one day when I was this side of Rosebank, I had this other guy saying there is a company which is hiring. And I went there with those other two guys, and I found out that there were a lot of people, the same way these people are looking for employment, who were waiting to get that opportunity. And I said the right things at the right time to the company owner, before to the managers, and the managers decided to, tell the company owner about me, and we sat down, and he said, "You are kind, you are a great father. I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to give you a chance. Don't disappoint me. Take care of my clients' children." Because I remember when they were asking me, "Why should we hire you?" I said, "I'm a father. And it breaks my heart to see my beautiful daughter, hungry, knowing that I was supposed to be providing food for her, and I cannot even do anything for her because I'm not working." And the company owner understood that my motive, I'm really motivated by my daughter. I'm looking for that employment simply because of I want to use that money to take care of my daughter. And he said, "I'm going to give you a job." Many fathers are running away from their children. You don't have money, but you are willing to be there for your child. And I'm going to give you that opportunity to be a father. Because that time, I think, my daughter was taken from Tembisa. Now she was in Mpumalanga. And I was saying, now she's in Mpumalanga. It's far from me. I don't have money. I don't own a car. I cannot even travel to see my daughter. And it breaks my heart. And it turned out that he has a daughter. And he understood my pain, and he gave me a job. And it's been 9 years. And I managed to make sure that I upgrade my studies, and I get myself a driver's license, get myself, firearm licenses, and I'm still doing some greater things like, starting YouTube channels, starting TikTok channels, working on studying about businesses, how to run a business and stuff like that. And that's life. There is always the beginning of everything. So when you're going out there looking for a job, just know that it's not everybody who will end up at Fidelity. Others will have to go to other companies. They said, which company was that? Let me listen. Yeah, they mentioned the name of the company. Yeah, Fidelity. They mentioned that. And I think there was this other gentleman who was recruiting me to go to Fidelity. I remember that. He shared numbers. Yeah. And that's why all these people are there. Because I remember when I was earning 3K as a security officer, that guy was already earning 15. Because of he is one of those guys that I grew up with him. We went to the same school, same class. We were best friends. But his mother was working this side of Rambek. So he was the youngest. He have his sister who was doing extremely well also. And he have his older brother who was also working this side. So he was just that last born that they were spoiling him with everything. He was that young guy who was dressing well, always having money. He had his own room, while we were still in secondary, while we were still in school. And he had everything, man, as a young man. And at that early age, I remember his uncle was driving vehicles. His uncle, started introducing him to cars and guns. And when he came this side already, he had a driver's license. When he came to this side of Johannesburg, he had a driver's license. And I remember when I was talking to him recently, last year, about the process of getting the firearm, the rifle business, and also basic, he was like saying, man, I did those things, I didn't even feel pressure because of he was introduced to guns while we were still kids. So it wasn't difficult for him to operate a firearm. And he came prepared. And that's why when I was starting and I'm getting 3K, he was already earning about 8 point something, 9 point something a month. And because of those qualifications, then he quickly went to something like 15 after deduction. I remember that. And I remember that he dated a lady, I think, who was a HR, and she was also bringing a good amount of money. And I think they have kids as we speak, maybe 3 children right now. So the salary combined, they were already over 30K. I am earning 3,000 already in his house or in his room where he's renting. There is 30K salary which they can start life. Life is something else, man. Life is something else, man. And we were the same age. He was way above now. I couldn't even compete with the gentleman. He started buying cars. Starting, the process of building a house. And when people are looking at him and they're looking at me, it's like, what's wrong with you, man? This guy is your age. You went to the same school. You did the same thing. You're in security industry. He's also in security industry. He's buying cars. He's, building a house. Bruh, what's wrong with you? They were not understanding those details. Where he comes from, he has a room. He doesn't have to buy maize meal. He doesn't have to buy anything at home. His mom was still working. His brother was working. Sister is doing well. I mean, they're still buying everything for him. Every time when he comes home, he found home in a very, very perfect space. On the other side, I'm earning 3K. Mom is not working. My siblings are not working. The situation is difficult this side. I need to help buying food. At home, we want to fix my mom's land. I must start by buying fence, by buying corrugated irons, and make a shack. It was just difficult with the 3K. So that's why now it takes me 9 years to do certain stuff that he can easily do in 9 months. But, I managed to get myself a driver's license with the little salary that I was earning. I managed to go to school and do some security grades. I managed to go to school to get, handgun, basic and business, rifle, basic and business, shotgun, basic and business, and I managed to buy some few things like a camera so that I can invest in my dream, so that later on I can be in better spaces. Managed to work hard to get a laptop so that I can work on writing my novel. So don't get discouraged by your current situation. So when you're getting a job, even if you're going to get 6,000, even if you're going to get 8,000, it's a start. I was working with guys who were earning 3,000. I'm still working with the brothers. But when the person is telling you that I just want to go home, he's staying at Hammaskral. The gentleman tells you that $60 I can get home. Like, bro, what? When he gets home, mom and dad are there. They're doing everything. All he has to do is to go home. So the 3K for him, it's enough. He can buy clothes, he can buy a side bag, he can wear this, he can wear sneakers, which are great. Why? Because of he's in a space whereby he's only looking after himself. On weekends, when he gets to spaces whereby he goes home, you hear him saying, no, I had to take the car and go to Bilabila, I had to go to Varambat and do this and that, I had to go to Mudimonle and collect stuff and this and that. When you're listening, oh, no, my dad has a bakkie. No, my dad has a car. We have this, we have that. You're like, this guy is not really desperate. Even this 3K that he's earning is not really everything that he needs, because of the brother has a code 14 driver's license. He has these qualifications, that qualification. And I'm like, okay, you need to know who you are. You need to know where you're from and stick to your lane. And sometimes to be slow, man, is the fastest way to get to where you want to get to. We all know that the edge of one mountain is the bottom of the other. Know who you are. Understand, man, the burden that you're carrying. I'm saying this because I know some of you guys, you are going to feel the black tax. Yeah, with that 3K that you're going to earn or 5K that you're going to earn, you will find out that there is 8 or 10 people who all wants to benefit from that little bit of money. And it might take you 3 to 4 years before you stand on your feet. And others will say, oh, Basadi, this guy is wasting his money, misusing his money, women are chowing his money. They don't know that that 5K that you're going to earn or that 3K that you're going to earn, you have your siblings that you must help. You have your parents that you must help. Sometimes you have to send money every month at home so that people can eat. They're telling you that we have to pay, for funeral covers, we have to pay for this, we have to pay for that in case anything happen in the family. They will be telling you that because of they know that those things are needed. They're not asking you money because of they just feel like they're your parents, you owe them. They're asking you because of they desperately need that help. If they had other options, they were not going to ask you. Just remember that. I suffered, I think, for 5 years when I started working, whereby I had to go and close gaps so that at least we can be in spaces whereby we can sit down and understand that, okay, now I'm working, now I can afford to go and buy something. I spent about 5 years with that salary trying every year so that I can change the family situation. And I got to a space where I realized that my family situation, there is no amount of money that I can change the family situation. I cannot change the family situation with a salary. I can't. That's when I sat down with my siblings and I said, all of you guys, you're not working. I'm going to help you to get a security certificate so that you can also get a job and help. Took my brother, and he said he wanted to go to Stallion, paid for everything, paid for transportation, I bought a monthly ticket for all the grades. I paid for all the grades, and he went there, got a qualification, from Stallion, and he got a job because Stallion is a good school. My other sister, the same thing, choose the school that you like. She chose the other school, I think it was Zabalaza, and she ended up getting the certificate. But when she was in the process of going to, to get her SIRA, it became a problem because of the school was not recognized, or there was some stuff which happened. And I was telling her that, my sister, I told you nicely that amount of money was supposed to go to Stallion so that you can get your certificate. But it's not my fault. It's your fault. You chose the wrong school. You didn't do the proper research. And look at us now. When we can't afford to spend about 2,000, I think those courses were like 1.5 or 1.7. I have to help the person with transportation and also for food. You still have to reap the 2,000 from the little salary that you're earning so that the person can go to school. And when that person goes there and don't bring results, I'm like, oh, bro, you ripped me apart. And I told them this. When you go to school, I want you to do this. Don't sleep. Speak with people, communicate with people, make friends at school. Exchange numbers, because of the same people who are in the same class with you are the same people who are going to be working at different companies as security officers. Make sure that you're friends with these people, you call them, you contact them, you WhatsApp them. So that when the company is hiring, they will inform you and you can easily go there and also get a job. But if you're not talking to them, you're going to struggle to get a job. This is the tip that I'm going to give you also. When you go to the school, Be kind with everybody. Be that person. Say, mebra, vasera, eshap, bra, these things, mebra, it's a bit difficult, Just start a conversation. Where are you from? No, I'm from this side of Soweto. Oh, I've never been in Soweto, bro. Or maybe I've been in Soweto. I know this Kasi, I know that Kasi. You start a conversation and tell the person you would like to come to Soweto one day. You talk, you exchange numbers. When there is something happening in Soweto, this guy is going to tell you, or this lady is going to tell you. Connect with different people so that when there is something happening, when there is a company which is hiring, even if they don't tell you before they go there, they will tell you like, hey, bro, today I went to this other place, at Ilansfontein, they were hiring, this and that happened. Did you get a job? No, they said we should come back tomorrow. Bro, tell me the address so I can be with you. Tomorrow you're with him, you get a job. But I told them, but they didn't even want to listen to me. And they struggled. After losing a security job, my brother lost a security job. Because now, I remember there was one point whereby, when I was earning 3,000, my brother was earning 9,000. 8 or 9,000, yeah. He was like, bruh, I can't work for peanuts. My guy, I can't work for peanuts. I'm like, my bruh, I had to crawl so that you can run. The 3K that you say you can't earn, I woke up every day and I stood at the gate, at the black gate, so that I can get paid 3,000 and give you 2,000 so that you can go and get a security certificate. The problem that we're having as the firstborn, as the older brothers, is that we sacrifice everything and we help the ones which are younger. Once they get qualifications, they're earning better salaries. They feel like they're doing way better than us, they're smarter than us. They're forgetting that you had to be on the floor so that he can step on you and get to that space. Without you, he was not going to get there, or she was not going to get there. But I always told him that I'm your older brother. I've seen a lot and I'm way smarter than you. I'm always 10 times step ahead of you, my guy. You can earn 9,000. Now I'm earning about 3,000 to 4,000. It's fine. I was telling him that time. Because, every year when they are increasing money, that's the thing about security. They put 300, they put 200, they put 400. You're not going to even reach that level whereby you will get the salary whereby you can start maintaining everybody. So when you're tapping into the security industry, make sure that you get the qualifications, get the stuff which are needed. Yes, I know there are people who are saying, I don't want to carry guns because of, I'm scared of being in the gunfight whereby I can end up, unaliving people. Look, one day I was at my site after working for about 7 years. I think it was the 8th year. The other guy from CAP showed up, said, Tibo, you're a good dude, man. Why don't you join us here, bruh, at Reaction? I'm like, hey, bruh, me carrying guns. It's like, say, let me tell you something, my brother. That guy is from Butokwa. Warra sat down with me and said, let me tell you something, Warix. You are in danger where you're working compared to where I'm working, and you are getting paid peanuts. How much are you getting paid? I think I was 5 years ago. Was what? The salary was, last year, the salary was still little, very little. I can not even announce it online. And he said, bro, I'm earning almost twice your salary. I've been working for this company for 12 years. All I'm doing is carry this heavy machine, walk around, jump into a car, I knock off, I go home to get scuffed in, come back, eat. For 12 years, never fired a single bullet. For 12 years. Because they are afraid of us. They know that we carry rifles, and if they come to us, it's going to be a gunfight. They can lose their lives. So they come to you at this residential area because of the people they are looking for, they're targeting are your clients. The cars they're driving, these are what they're looking for. So you are always in danger compared to us. He said, my brother, get yourself your competency and join us. You have a driver's license? Yes. Join us, my brother. And I understood that you might be afraid of doing firearm licenses and get double or 3 times what a security guard will be getting at a residential space, because of you're afraid of the shootout and stuff like that. And sometimes those type of stuff don't even happen simply because of many guys who are doing reaction. There are many, they're all carrying guns, and they're also working together with police officers. So you are more safer at the street than at a residential space, because where you're working is just you alone at night. But when you are driving a car, at least you can drive away. At least you can use a car to hide as a shield. At least you can retaliate. At least you can defend yourself. But when you are at the site, you have absolutely nothing. No knife. Maybe you have a donkey peer. Maybe it's absolutely nothing. And you're going, to war with guys who are carrying guns while you are carrying a pen. So I wish you all the best, guys who are going to look for jobs. Don't stick at one company. Explore, go out there. I feel like now I overstayed where I'm working, and I'll be looking for new opportunities. Go to a new company and challenge myself. Hopefully I'll get enough money, start businesses that I want to start, and also own a security company also, and also be one of those guys who will be big into the gun industry. And I appreciate you guys showing me love and support. I just wanted to record a video, and speak about a few things. Thank you.